That shit chick, then why she texting me? Why she keep calling my phone, speaking sexually? Every time I'm out, why she stressing me? You call her Stephanie? I call her F-F-F-F-A-D, F-F-A-D, 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 call her F-F-A-D, 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 call her Stephanie, F-F-A-D, I call her F-F-A-D, call her Stephanie, F-F-A-D, I call her F-F-A-D, Jody make it clap.
We are motherfucking back. Motherfucking Him podcast is in the building. Let me sit up so the girls can see my motherfucking face and my motherfucking titties, bitch. I am gonna go a motherfucking around to the girls and see what is going on. Who am I gonna start with first? I'm gonna just start with Aaron since he is look out of the state. Niece, tell me something nice.
The weather is currently 85 degrees. I'm sunbathing with my Modelos by my side. Just reliving my Tulum fantasy. I definitely needed a fucking break, a much more needed break than I expected. Um, yeah, I'm really just poolside, just like relaxing, zen out. Slightly still high from yesterday, so don't judge me. Um, yeah, I'm feeling good. I finally got away from work. I mean, work was a shit show this last week, literally like the day before I left. So I was like so over it. So I was like, bitch, definitely need a reset, even though it's like 4 days, 4 more days than I had, before. Just excited to be around family, feeling love, great energy. I have no complaints. I'm not gonna let it seep through me.
I love it. The girls have been, this is the second week that everybody has been keeping their shit the fuck cute. I live. I was wondering if you were high because like you weren't talking as much as you usually. Normally
No,
you get on the phone like, bitch, what the fuck is up?
He's
no, I'm
focused
just like,
and he's calm.
yeah, I'm not high right now, but like
Oh,
I'm
okay.
calm. Like I'm very
Yes.
zen. Like this is me when I'm just like living, enjoying my time. I'm giving myself grace right now, so I'm just allowing like me to be in this present moment. Um,
I love it.
and I didn't have
How's
coffee for like 2 days, so that can also be like another thing. I haven't had any coffee.
OMG? How's the hubby?
He's good. The girl still FaceTime. Been FaceTiming him morning, at least in the morning and at night.
Night. Yeah.
The first night I got home really late, so I wasn't able to like talk to him. So we was both a little over it. Spoke to him the next morning and last night, so he's good. I mean, I know he missed me, but he's good. And I miss him too, but I know he missed me.
I fucking live. I'm gonna shinny on to Stevie. Stevie baby, how you doing?
I'm well. I'm great. Doing, I officially booked my birthday trip. So that's all signed, sealed, delivered. The girls will see me in a place really, really soon.
Yay.
To just release. I haven't had an opportunity to go out for my birthday. Well, last year, of course, was COVID. That hit really hard, so I couldn't do anything then. So this year I decided, to make a big move to just do something really, really nice for myself. It's been a while since I have, so yeah, that's coming up. I had an opportunity to do 2 interviews on podcasts, the Fuckboy Problems with Justin Rain that came out on Tuesday. Well, the other day, because this will come out on Friday. And then I did a podcast called, oh my God, I always forget it. It is the Real Reality Podcast. Real Reality Radio Podcast with Prince Brian. We spoke about support and the importance of support, and we just talked about so many different topics. Also, COVID-19, Black Lives Matter, just all the topics that have been going on around the world. But mostly focused on support. And y'all know I'm all about support, so the conversation was perfect for me. Great conversations. You guys should check out both of the episodes. With Justin Rain, we talked about fuck boys because, of course, that's the name of the podcast. Spoke about a guy I dealt with during Hurricane Sandy, how he fucked me over and I was so madly in love and all of this other shit. So if you want a good laugh, check out the podcast. Y'all already know what I give. So yeah.
Yes. And how's the family?
Everyone's okay.
Okay.
Everyone's okay. It's a few stressful days, Malik. You know personally how it goes around here. But I'm making it. This is the reason why I'm taking the trip and getting out and flying away and doing what I got to do for myself. Because I feel like when I come back, I don't know how it will be, but I know I'll have a break and a reset. So yeah.
Yeah. You're going to enjoy that. And I am very happy for you. Me and Stevie spent Saturday together, and me, Stevie, and Boogie, my baby.
Don't forget to mention him, girl, because you know.
The Boogs. And I love them to pieces. Yeah, I love you.
Love you down. You already know.
I'm going to go to Laquan. Baby, how have you been?
Hi. You know, mid crunch, I found my chips. How have I been? I have been, I would say, incredible in a lot of different ways.
Okay.
And I just found out that the book is sold out. Our Light Through Darkness. There are no more copies, so that's really cool.
Woo!
It was like a limited edition of prints, but it's still pretty impressive and exciting, I think. Today was kind of like my first time like really like flipping through it, and I really just flipped through it so I could take a picture of it. But I was like, there's, you know, it's something to be proud of. I still need more distance from the project, but that I've been noticing, and I've been saying this for a while, like on the podcast, but am super hyper aware of like when I'm changing, or when my personality is changing, or when I'm like growing, or when I dislike certain things, or when or I'm starting to like things differently, or I'm just a very reflective person and just like aware of like who I am. And sometimes recently I've been kind of getting, I don't scared is not the word, but I'm just responding in like a big way to me feeling like I've just changed so much in the past years.
Yeah.
And thinking about the reasons why like I have changed. Like I feel I was like talk to my roommates and some of my friends and stuff, and I might have mentioned it on here too, but I just feel like I've lost a lot of softness, or rather I'm just like a harder, more like stern, aggressive person. But I just feel less sweet than I used to be. And I just been thinking about like why, or like what brought me to that, I guess. And so I smoke now too, and like it's fine. It's fine, but it's just like not anything I've ever done more than like once every 3 months. So now I'm like, doing it more regularly, and like I feel calmer, and I've been taking more breaks, and like I sleep longer and stuff. But I am just like, oof, how did we get here?
Yeah.
Not that here is a bad place, but it's just like thinking about the journey like that got you there, and that has made me like emotional some days, and so that's kind of where I am now.
Yeah.
But I'm happy that it's getting warmer.
I think that's something that we can all agree upon. Like, oh my God, I left the house today with no coat on. I actually went outside with this on for my errands earlier today, and I was so happy. Oh my God.
I had a tank top and overalls on yesterday. Briefly, got cold, but while the sun part was out, while I was not in the shade, it felt great. Went on a bike ride. I went to Brooklyn Bridge Park. It was cute. I got some seafood.
You love that fucking bike, bitch. You will ride that bike, bitch. You make me want to get a bike.
Do you have a helmet? Do you have a helmet?
Actually, sorry, I'm crunching. No, I actually do not have a helmet.
New Yorkers do not wear helmets, though.
They don't.
No,
but
they
yeah.
don't.
No, should.
No,
I've seen people fuck up.
I ride the city bike in the city, and I don't use the bikes, but everybody always tells me I should have one thing because people get into
Does it come with it? Does it come with a helmet?
No.
You thought I was carrying one in my backpack?
Yeah, they because the girls be getting in accidents all the time. The girls
true. A lot of bikers lost their lives last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's because the girls be first of all, bikers don't be respecting the rules. Like they be going
No, they
They
opposite
don't
don't.
from
be in their bike
traffic.
No, they
lane.
don't.
Yeah, y'all
They
know
They
the
don't
don't
bike
be in the
lane.
because
lane,
Y'all. What
bitch.
is
no,
And
going
as
because
the
on?
bike, like now that I bike, I understand why some drivers be over it. And now that I
Yeah.
drive,
aggravated.
I'll be trying to give the bike rider some leeway. I'm like, all right, girl, make this lane, hurry up,
Right,
come
Right.
right,
on.
but
Right.
Now I'm a little
no.
bit more considerate,
Bikers,
but bitch, they be paying
bikers
it.
be
They be in
trying
the
it.
lane with you.
Yeah. Right.
Bikers be
And they
trying
like
it.
try to like go with the light with you as well, like in the traffic. Like, what you doing? Get in your lane. This ain't for you. This is for the automotive. Oh.
They be trying to shit.
Me and my friend was on our way to an event one time a couple years ago, and he texted me. He was like, "I got hit by a car, so I'm not gonna make it." I'm like, "What? You get your ass over here!"
Oh my God. Not get your
No,
ass
bitch.
over here.
He's like, I'm 1 block away. I'm like, well, roll on over. And he's like, no, I literally got hit by a car. I'm like, for real? Bitch, I
Yeah.
pulled over. I ride my bike over a block over. Literally, him and the person who hit him just sitting there. And we're waiting for the cops. We're waiting for blah 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 ambulance. Bitch, this nigga was going the opposite direction. My friend was. I was like, sir,
Exhibit
why are we
A.
waiting for the cops? You're not getting no money.
Right.
Just go home.
You should have just went.
The girl,
Go
look,
Get
home,
home, girl.
friend.
Pouring. It was
the girls
pouring.
want to check this thing.
That's so funny.
Didn't get one either. So wear a helmet and or ride in the correct lane. I don't know.
That's the key.
That's it.
How
OMG.
how you doing?
Right, Malik, what's your tea?
I am really good. Work is work. And
I'm just like a parent. They always be like, work is work.
work was work. And I'm really just trying to find the words for where I'm at in life. I'm happy, but things are in transition, you know? And so I've just been, going to school. I've just been working and just really, really focusing on the things that I have planned to, get it done. So yeah, it's been crazy just because I've just been thinking about getting older, I'm turning 32 on the 29th, and a lot of questions have been hitting me, just like, what does 40 look like? What are the next 5, 6 years going to look like for me financially? And just like really, really, I don't know. I never thought that I would be here just because most of my life has always been about having fun and partying and just hanging out with friends and stuff. And it just seems as though in like the last 2 years, life has gotten really, really serious, and just trying to work through that and not let that overwhelm me and stress me out, but also facing the challenge and just putting my best foot forward in all that I do, But overall, like I said, I'm happy. I've been working, I've been going to school, I've been boo loving, and that's been a blessing and fun. But yeah, just, I don't know. I'm in a very funky place in my life, and I'm just asking myself these important questions and just trying to find the answers for myself. So, but other than that, everything is great, And I think that y'all know what I'm talking about. It's just like you're happy, but you're something going on,
Bro, I feel like we're in a
Absolutely.
similar. Well, I feel like we're in a
Yeah.
similar place, honestly. And it's like a beautiful journey to find these answers and
Yeah.
search for them. But it's also like
Yeah.
Just what the fuck is
just
going
like
on?
realizing where you're not at anymore. It's like
Yeah.
Right.
I'm not, and kind of being like disgusted at something. So whenever
Yeah.
whenever like the old you or like your old location kind of shows up, it's like ew, and it kind of makes you. At least it makes me mad. And so I'm like, bitch,
Yeah.
I'm doing this now. I'm whatever. And it is just like it's just the transition is just uncomfortable, which is a good thing
Yeah.
though. It's growth.
It definitely is. And like I said, it's definitely going to um put me where I need to be and where I want to be. I'm just really happy though that I'm taking the steps to become the person that I want to be and really, really like shape my future, you know? So yeah, we'll go ahead and get into the motherfucking breakdown, bitch.
Wait, I have a question before we start.
Oh yeah. Oh yes.
So like, 'cause I was just thinking, and I was like, you know, when we hit like a certain age in life, like it seems so like you said, you're thinking about 40, but like you're about to be 32.
I
Like,
know.
why not like 35 with like 40? Because 40 is so far, girl. It's like,
I know.
But you,
I'm
but
like,
you know,
Well,
but you know, the girls always think when they turn 25, they're thinking about 30. It's like boom, it's
I
always
right,
the
guess
but
next year. I'm like, when I
she's
turn
turning
25,
32. So I'm like, all right,
but see, I know I'm not. You know what I'm saying though. But I'm like that. I'm still like connecting the
like
years with when I was
when I
25,
turn
I was thinking about
30,
30.
when I turn 30, am I gonna jump to 40 and not 35?
that's
Like
Well,
that's
baby, that would be
that's
your experience. The honesty would be yours,
that's
because girl, you would be like, bitch, fuck 40, bitch. I'm 30 now. I don't care about 40.
that's
You know,
let me tell you.
Fuck 40.
Let
bitch,
me tell
I want
you,
to make it to 50, girl. No shade.
my boo is 34, and I always tell him we have these conversations of, well, when we first started dating, we had this conversation about me saying that like I was just really insecure about my job and just me not being where I wanted to be at 31. And just I was a little embarrassed to be going back to school at 32 to get an undergraduate degree. And then he's just like, well, you shouldn't feel bad. Like, you know, there's no timetable to complete things. So I'm just learning to look at my life through that lens, you know? So yeah.
Hey,
but the
you
clock
know
is
what's so
but the clock is ticking though, bitch.
look, okay,
no,
but
the
no,
clock
you know
is
what's so funny?
ticking.
It's so funny that you say that, Malik, because I mentioned on Twitter, like I wish they would like normalize not putting an age limit on where you're supposed to be in life. If you're 32
did.
going for your undergrad, baby, that's where you're supposed to be. You understand?
You
I think
did.
sometimes people are like, oh, well, I'm about to turn 40. I should have my own apartment, or I should have my own car. Baby, life happens the way it's supposed to happen. You can't be rushing certain
Yeah.
things. Now, you can put in the work to
The
get there,
thing
but you can't be
is,
like, oh my God, why am I here? You're here for a reason. Sometimes you gotta look at it like that.
Yeah. And
we all thought that we were gonna be married with wives and children by the
Right.
time we were 24, and we thought that was like the thing to do. And like my mom had me when she was 18, but well, you know, and some of us did get married when we.
right.
Sometimes
right.
it
He
happens
said,
the way it's
hello,
supposed to.
hello,
She
bitch.
said she
Well,
said
Okay.
24 to be exact.
okay. The doll
Mhm.
is in the building.
Well, but
Parties, okay.
there's so much like unlearning that we have to do, because even
Right.
we get so married to like ideas that we grew up on, and then married to ideas that we like have now. Because even
Yeah.
now, like once we're not 24, even like when I was not even 24 yet, I was thinking when I would see people from high school getting married at 23, 22, whatever, I'm like, that's very young to get married or to have a kid. I'm like,
Yeah.
that is also something that needs to be like unlearned, unless it's like illegal, obviously, unless it's 16. I don't, you know,
Okay.
but
Okay.
like 24-year-olds could get married, or you could get married when you turn 50 or 70. You could get your undergrad degree never, or when you're 32, whatever, you know.
That's very
And
true.
there's like unlearning that we need to do, that makes us like a successful human being or a successful person.
Yeah, I've
Oh shit.
There's
definitely
just no
been
there's just no one way.
I definitely been having those conversations with myself like this week and last week. And I feel as though I've calmed down a lot just because thinking like that kind of gets in the way of you and your journey, you know? So I wasn't really doing as well as I wanted to in school, and I wasn't really putting my best foot forward just because I've been so in my head about just the optics of it all, you know? And it's just like, no, girl, you want to change your career. You want to do this. You have to travel this road to get there. So, bitch, do the motherfucking thing. So, yeah, it's just, like Laquan said, it's been a lot of unlearning. It's been coupled with giving myself the space and the grace to be that person, and just, also doing the work. So, yeah.
Well, one
I'm
thing
gonna
you
go.
said a few
Oh
episodes
yeah.
ago, you said kind of like what Laquan said, just like, appreciate where you are now. The journey got you here. And it's something like I heard the episode back, and even Chris still, he'd be like, yo, that episode hit home because it was like, bitch, like you're not where you want to be, but trying to get there, you forget how much you accomplished. And bitch, you
Woo.
done came a long way. And I'm going to just give that message back to you because it got me somewhere. And also, like, I definitely resonate with that because, bitch, I did not want to graduate at 25, but I was beating my ass. I'm like, bitch, I should have got this degree 3 years ago, but so much shit happened to me that it wasn't given.
Yeah.
Now I could say, you know what, I went through all that shit and I still got my degree. So it's gonna happen, and just you're gonna think about this journey and how you got there. It's gonna feel so much better when you get that degree. Like, you're like, bitch, I made it through all this shit.
Yeah. Y'all don't get me to crying. Let's move on. Love you. Let's move on before I start crying. So the icebreaker, the breakdown. Has your opinion changed about anything that you may have stated on the show or any topics that we may have discussed this year? Anybody want to go first? All the girls thinking.
Well, no, I ain't got much to think about. I listened to the episodes back, and I think I stand by certain, most of the ththings that I say. Anytime that I'm saying something incorrect, you guys will probably check me and we'll like have a little discussion and we'll work on through. But I still stand by what I said because I said it.
Okay.
and most of the time with the topics we have, I meant it.
Bitch.
And it may not look, and like Aaron just said, it may not it won't resonate with everybody. But those who it does resonate with, they took from it what they took from it. And that's it. And this is a learning experience. You understand? We all learning from each other. That's what this podcast has been set up for all of us to have different opinions on different things. So for me personally, I don't have any opinions changed on this end right here. If y'all bring up something, I'm like, yeah, you know what, I kind of changed. But as of right now, no, I ain't nothing changing over here.
Bitch, y'all was gagging me with the ghosting episode. Like, y'all was really coming for my neck. It was Laquan and Aaron that was coming for my neck on the ghosting episode. Bitch,
what I said.
And I just want to clear some fucking things right the fuck.
That's where that question came from. She heard the episode, so she was like, nah, I gotta get this off my chest.
It was an agenda. It was a hidden agenda.
Let me come and clear that
because let's get into it.
Let me set down the house rules, bitch. Let me tell y'all what y'all not gonna do, okay?
Bitch, you the boss. Say what you need to say.
No. So remember the comment, or I was explaining the story about how the guy ghosted me or whatever. And so, girl, the whole time, the Quan is like, girl, you're pressed. Then I have Aaron on the other shoulder, but like, well, girl, maybe he just didn't like you. And so it wasn't giving shade. Y'all was reading me for filth, but like in a friendly way. But in that episode, it just made me think about, like, I read the 5 agreements, and like one of the agreements is like, you just can't take everything personally, and everything is not that deep, I wasn't really affected by the situation, but I think I am a person who cares about what other people thinks of them, so I was more or less bothered by just having an opinion out there and not knowing what it was, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really care about what the girls say about me, but I want to know what they're saying about me, if that makes any sense. But yeah, I don't know. But
no, it kind of makes sense. Like, bitch, you ghosting me, but like, I don't have no clue. So like, what are you giving? Like, why?
Right.
Like some type of, not closure, but like an explanation.
Basically for me, but also it really was that serious, and it really wasn't that serious, and it's so crazy because he, the guy that we're talking about, or the guy that I was talking about, he's been liking my pictures, which has been so weird. So yeah,
he had another nigga, basically.
I have no idea.
And he did process of elimination. I'm
gonna
question for you.
Maybe,
but yeah, no,
maybe, or
I follow both,
Or
sir.
just had other things going on. Maybe he was
yeah,
depressed. Maybe, just many things that don't have to do with us.
yeah. And I think, yeah, that was the larger thing. It's just like a lot of times we like to add ourselves into things that have like nothing
Yeah.
to do with us, you know? It's
And that
just like,
and
bitch,
that
you
and
not important.
that's something like I'm trying to unlearn too, and also trying to force other people to unlearn
Mm,
is
mm.
just like it might seem like I'm like an attention hoe or like self-centered or whatever, but everything is just not revolving around me or like my existence or lack of showing up. Everything's just not about me. Some niggas just be sad. Some niggas just are like broke, or some niggas have family things they're dealing with. Like we like
Yeah.
thinking about all the reasons I don't text people back when I don't, or if I can't email someone back, even if it's about work stuff. It's like literally had 8,000 million other, whatever. And I'm not saying that's his thing, because also a valid excuse. Like, I just wasn't feeling it. When I definitely understand wanting closure and like wanting that kind of peace, but also I know that giving people that kind of closure and that peace is like difficult, like especially when it comes in the form of like rejection. And so they're like, and like this might be the fuckboy coming out of me, but it feels like it's just difficult to tell people, or like it feels like there's other ways to tell people like I'm not feeling it. And
Yeah.
I think the other person is often ignoring kind of those signs and stuff.
Mm,
When of course it is
I
better just
definitely
to
agree.
of course it is just better just to upfront and say it. But I have friends who like kind of lose their mind over niggas and like the ghosting stuff, and just like have no idea what to do with themselves, when it's like, girl, they just don't want to talk to you. They've shown it in
Yeah.
many ways, and they could have done it in a more direct way, certainly. But you ignoring some signs too.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's
Um,
okay for
uh,
people not to like you, because you don't like everybody either.
no
I know I
shade.
don't. I know I don't. All them niggas who be trying to, girl, you're
Girl,
not, 90% of you will not be. God bless you. We'll pray for you,
God bless.
but you're not
And
getting in here. You're not coming over here.
and my last thing that I've changed, that my opinion has changed. So I've seen and I've been inspired by the work that Aaron has put in with his mother. And I too would like to have a better relationship with my father. I've spoke about it on the podcast before, but I am 31, going on 32. My father has been an alcoholic all my life, and it has altered and influenced the relationship that we've had. And recently, I've heard that he has stopped drinking just because he's gotten really sick. My mom and my sister both speak to him on a regular basis. I choose not to, just because there's so much like animosity and hurt feelings deep down inside, you know. Um, but I do know that I'm not going to say in order for me to be the person that I want to be, but in order to be like this complete person, I'm going to need some type of healing and closure as it pertains to my father. So yeah, I hope that changes. It does seem to already have started to change based off of the fact that he no longer drinks, you know? And so yeah, so I'm hoping to update y'all soon. That is definitely going to be something that is in the works. Just because, you know, we don't live in the same state, but also it's just so much hurt there that I'm not even sure where the first step will begin, but for me, but yeah, so, but the idea of me wanting to have a relationship has changed.
That's
So
changed.
yeah,
I love that for you.
I love
yeah.
that for you as well.
Because that's gonna take. Yeah, that's a big task.
And
I love that
It's
for
and I'm
you.
s-
difficult.
and I'm sorry, and I didn't mean to just give Aaron credit. Laquan, you always talk about the relationship that you have with your father as well, and it's just like gay men can definitely have healthy relationships with their fathers,
Right.
and It's something that I want, and it's something that I fucking deserve, you know?
Yeah, I think definitely figure out what that next step is then, because it could be so life changing for sure.
Yeah.
And you do deserve it, and especially if you're putting in the work to have that conversation, to meet at some kind of center point of forgiveness and love and understanding and whatever. And yeah. I talked to my dad for the first time on
Oh,
the phone on the phone since the hoodie debacle.
You selling ass on a hoodie? I'm sorry.
Is that your ass on that hoodie? Girl.
He had been trying to text me some stuff that was kind of like, it felt like it was in code. It made sense. He was being vulnerable. But even, the fuckboy in me came out, one of the messages I couldn't even reply, and I could tell he was trying to be vulnerable. But appreciate it. We moved on. But he was just telling me that, excuse me, the way that he responds to things just comes from a place of him like having always wanted to be like a good parent, like a good dad. And whenever he sees things, like he's responding from just like he wants to be protective. He wants to protect me, make sure that I'm like safe and blah 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 blah. And he's like, you do a good job at taking care of yourself, and sometimes I just like forget that. And just he was talking about himself like being a protector and like a nurturer kind of energy. So kind of seeing someone who's like doing their own thing, that's his only son, and not needing him, to be honest, in a immediate way. It's kind of, that's what he was saying. And then we talked on the phone about, he just called me one day just gossiping. We didn't talk about that stuff on the phone. He got that out through the text, because it's harder to have that conversation on the phone. It's harder to be that kind of confrontational or that kind of vulnerable or emotional. And I think that's where fuck niggas are created. I think that's how people's feelings end up getting hurt. Or that's when people just are like confused about the state of the damn union, because it is just there are just easier ways, and like some of those easier ways are just like cop outs. So like either like, oh, I'd rather like be vulnerable in a text, or I would rather ghost and not be vulnerable at all, because it's difficult, because it's hard for Black men to be vulnerable with each other. And I love that you're interested in pursuing that, and glad my dad did too. And I'm happy for any group of Black gay men who decide to be vulnerable with each other, because it is important. We need more of it for our wellness, safety, well-being, happiness, and understanding of each other.
Yeah. Well, I hope I get to the mature place of that. I mean, like, because I mentioned on episodes before that my dad and I live in the same neighborhood, and he walks right past me. So I don't even have
crazy.
You know what I'm saying? I hope the maturity in me, but I don't think it should come from me because I'm the child. I think it should come from the father a little bit more than me, especially since we see each other. And I should, you know what I'm saying? It's just certain communication that should be happening from his part that doesn't happen. And I'm the child. Like I didn't do nothing to you. I was just brought into the world. So I think somewhere along the line, I need to grow the maturity, maybe to make the first move. Maybe he's embarrassed for not being there as a father or something like that. Something along there is probably like, And I'm just like, well, listen, I'm open to the conversation, but I'm like, I don't know how to make the first move. And I also, again, I'm a little stubborn. I kind of want him to make the first move. So maybe that stubbornness needs to be released from me. And then, I don't know, but I brought up that we've like walked past each other in the same neighborhood, going to the same stores, and like not even saying anything to each other. So
no, it's not fun, and I can only imagine, honestly.
Child.
In my experiences with men and with Black men in general and with people in general, it's like, if you want something, like you can't always wait. Like sometimes you just can't wait for them to make the first move. If you want it enough, then you will like eventually make that first move. It's like, all right, nigga, we need to be friends at this point. What is up? I'm not about to keep walking past you getting a strawberry. What's up? And like same with like, even I had told you about my friend who was telling me that I couldn't like someone's Instagram picture or whatever. And we were beefing.
Keep coming up.
And we were beefing, right? Well, like, I told you we made up or whatever when I was in Atlanta, but it was like we was literally texting each other at the same time, like, all right, bitch, you still mad? What? Like, let's talk about it. What up? What?
It's very much a girl. Life is too short, bitch. You want to go get it?
Okay. I don't have time. We're supposed to be friends right now, so get it. Yeah. Be mad about what you can be mad about, and then let's hash it out. Let's figure it out. And obviously, a lot of things, like your situation is more nuanced and complicated and hurtful. And,
Yeah.
you know, so it's going to take more. It's going to take more, but it would be beautiful just for everyone to have some at least cordial relationship with their daddies, especially while they're like alive and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, on
was
the
going
alive because bitches over here depressed. Y'all talking about daddies.
I know. I
Yeah,
was like,
I'm so
Aaron, I was
sorry.
thinking about you the whole time.
No, it's
I'm like,
okay. No, it's okay. That's why I'm here for. That's why I'm on vacation. But what I can say to Stevie. Well, I didn't even answer the question, but what I can say to Stevie is
right.
I guess like a piece of advice or how we're going to it. Like, you know, you're already a grown ass man. You're about to be 30. Like, there's really nothing that this man could like give to you, or like, you know, you made it here without him. So like, you can let him know that like, bitch, I done been through the trials and tribulations. I'm here now as this man. So like, let's go from here. It's not like I need you to make up for those 30 years that you wasn't there. Let's see where, like, let's meet each other where we're at now. Because it's like, girl, you can't pick me up when I fell and scrape my knee. Like, you've already missed so much. So like, let's pick up where we're at. Because he probably is like type nervous to even speak to you. Because it's like, girl, he's probably looking at you like, bitch, that's my whole son. And
well, you know what else I think it is. I also think that he is embarrassed that my stepdad kind of picked up where he left, where he was supposed to be. Because my stepdad raised me since I came out of my mom. Like, he's been right there. So I think that that's kind of like fucking with him as well.
Literally
another man stepped in my place. But it's
like,
just like, what? But don't take. I mean, you really can't take that out on me, though. You understand what I'm saying? I don't have anything to do with that. I'm just the child. So it's like, if you upset with that man, be upset with that man, but don't be upset with your child because I haven't done anything.
No,
you know what I mean? Sometimes parents don't know how to like turn it. I'm like, well, no disrespect what y'all got going on, but hello, I am the child out of all of this. You know what I am turning 30, but it's like, I'm still the child and y'all are. You know how parents do. Like, you're still my child. So it's like, they just need to figure that out.
Bitch, my mother will send me $20 for no reason. Like, you my son. I'm like, girl, okay. I'm like, I'm gonna go to the supermarket and then here's $20 in my account. She's like, groceries is on me. I'm like, okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But wait, let me answer the question. The girls I didn't answer. I feel like it's kind of whack of me to say that like none of my opinions change, because then it's like, girl, are you really reflecting and like going back and changing your opinions? So I'm kind of like one of those people that like, girl, even if I said it at that time, that's how change how that conversation went. But in the episode about apologizing, my message could have gone a little bit more clear. So I just want to reiterate that, like, if somebody tells you you hurt their feelings, just apologize. And don't ask no tips for anything. Because I was doing a lot of talking around it. It's like, girl, if you hurt my feelings, bitch, you better apologize. And do not tell me I'm sorry if I'm sorry that you feel that way, because bitch, you made me feel that way. So I just gonna accumulate these feelings out of thin air. So apologize with intention, and you know, make sure you're acknowledging what part you played in that person receiving it that way. Yeah, I was thinking about that after I reheard that episode. I'm like, I do sound a little toxic. So yeah.
You're on mute.
I hate this thing. It needs to have better things, better options. But yeah, we're all toxic, and we all sound toxic every now and again on the podcast. We all sound toxic every now and again, you know. So no tea, you know. Yeah, I agreed. I didn't get to say this, but I totally agree with Stevie regarding I too feel as though my dad should initiate the healing, but
and he should, but
what I want to kick back at Laquan is I agree in the what you were saying earlier about it shouldn't be a tit for tat thing. Like, healing starts within, and it's something that you're called to do, you know? So maybe it is a little bit more like you just have to get to that point. And I say that to myself, like I need to get to a point where I feel like it's a calling that I need to do this, you know? So we'll see and we'll keep you posted. It's crazy. It really is. OMG. I'm going to go ahead into the Ask Him question. Give me 1 second to pull it up.
We have an Ask Him question.
We have a motherfucking...
The girls are listening. Come on, girls. I know that's right.
I know that's right. I love
this.
Auntie.
Okay.
This is one thing that I want to ask our listeners to do. When writing into us, can you just please note your pronouns, but also can you just let us know if you want us to come up with a nickname for you or you'd rather stay anonymous, just because sometimes I just call the person Mr. or Mrs. by their last name, but I don't want to misgender anybody, or I don't want to, because we had someone write in and the names are ambiguous at some point. So I just want to make sure we're giving people the respect that we need to give them. So,
I love that.
Yeah.
So nickname for this one.
Yes. So this is Mr. Wallace. Mr. Wallace said, "Hey y'all. So I have a slight dilemma and could really use some advice from a non-biased source." Yes, him being your non-biased source.
Love that.
I love that.
Vitamin D.
Okay. Recently, I started setting boundaries with my time and my energy, and my straight friend is having a really hard time understanding the reasoning and the why. We're literally just really good friends, but we do speak all the time. I guess in a sense, I've kind of spoiled him by being accessible all the time. However, I'm just entering into a season where I feel like I need to be a little bit more selfish for the sake of my peace. My questions are, this is A, how can I maintain the friendship without dissolving my newly set boundaries? B, how can I explain to him the importance of these boundaries and that I'm essentially not trying to end the friendship? Thank you in advance, in truth and service.
Oh, honestly,
he chewed that.
Wallace,
wait,
you said Wallace or William?
Him, right?
Wallace.
Okay, Wallace.
Honey, we could just send you that
the
thread.
Episode we recorded already, baby. Because it's very much we been speaking about boundaries for like the last 4 or 5 episodes. So it's like
I feel like that boy who was trying to set boundaries with his friend did a great job at it.
Yeah.
And the guy was still trying to disrespect him, and it was like, okay, peace.
Yeah.
Heard you. And I'm about to put you on blast, whatever. But really, like, be honest. Like, don't tiptoe around the boundaries. Don't pretend like you have different boundaries than you have. Also, respect your own boundaries. If you're not supposed to be hanging out with the nigga every day, don't hang out with him every day. It's not fully on him. It like, niggas are gonna be disrespectful. Honestly, you gotta respect your own time. So if he invites you out 5 days a week and you go out all 5 days, you disrespecting your own boundaries at the end of the day. And I'm guilty of such. I'm still trying to figure out my boundaries with people because I'm like, bitch, I will drop whatever I'm doing and go hang out if you want still, but I shouldn't be that way. So respect your own shit. That's my advice. And just be upfront and honest. Like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. I don't want to. I would like us if we could just have, hang out 2 days a week, or if when I don't answer the phone, you don't be trying to beef with me, or because whatever it is, whatever like the actual thing that you want, just literally ask for that.
Okay, the Benji Princess is here.
Okay.
Aaron, aka Hey. Because bitch, the girls be like, "Oh my God, Niece had me weak last week."
Girl,
I love that for you. I love that.
I need to put Aaron Niece Trotman.
I love it.
So what really stuck out to me in this message was your friend having a hard time understanding the reasoning and why you want the boundaries. Being that, like, I'm just trying to think of myself, like, if I was kikiing with my good girlfriend every day and then all of a sudden, like, they just, like, disappeared or they don't want to hang out. I just think you maybe be vulnerable if you haven't already, and be like, this is why I want to take that space. Like, because maybe you've explained it, but not in a way that he understands it, or it's not clear enough to him that he's like, well, you could do those things and we could still talk, or we could still hang out. So like, if you really just sit him down, because you also did say like you spoiled him with consistent accessibility to you. So to me, like, I'm thinking like, if my friend, bitch, if we was at the club every day, I'm at your house every day, and then it's like, you know what, I need space, he might be thinking it's like a personal attack on him, or like something, because it's like randomly now you want to set boundaries. So you kind of gotta like really be vulnerable, and like Laquan said, be honest, but also like tailor it to a way that he'll understand it. Because if he has been your friend for a while, maybe it's a different type of way you should communicate it to him. Y'all should know how to talk by now, but maybe he's just really not like ready for you to not be in his life. So maybe the boundaries could be like transition. So maybe if y'all talk every day, y'all talk every other day, or if y'all see each other 5 times a week, you do 3 times. Maybe not like a hard cutoff. And I'm only saying that because, like you said, he is so accessible to you that he's probably gagging that he doesn't have that accessibility. So you kind of, not that you should think about him, but you kind of have to think about how your boundaries may impact that friendship. But you really got to sit there and be like, girl, it's no shade. I love you now. And you say he's straight, so it might just even be good.
Yeah, I was thinking about the straight thing. You said straight or trade? Straight, right?
No, they say he's straight, and I have like a straight friend that's like, we're really close, but like he kind of like tries to take on that like protective, like, nah, bro, I got you, like that straight man like ideal where they need to protect somebody. So like I could get where like he's probably like feeling like, oh, now you don't want to talk to me no more. Like, try to like ease it in. But like Laquan said, with respect. So if you still kikiing with him regularly, he's not gonna understand that either. That's all I could think about.
Yeah. This reminds me of Twitter. When I was asking like how many straight people everybody knows, and niggas was like upset. Some people knew one, some people knew a lot, and I was thinking like the niggas who write in the questions, y'all be knowing some straight people. I don't know none.
I don't know either.
Oh my God. That's
aside my brothers, I don't know no straight men and my daddy.
The only people I straight for I know is the girls that I work with. That's it.
Bitch, none of the people I work with is straight. Go ahead.
Shit. I was gonna say, Mr. Wallace, you need to be super, super delicate with your friend. It seems like this isn't a person that is important to you, and it seems like this person, you're important to this person. So again, I would put on the gloves and be super, super delicate. You want to be as transparent and as vulnerable with your friend as far as why you need this time away, and you need your space, and you're setting these boundaries. I think that we talk about boundaries all the time. And one thing that we're learning is that when we actually decide to set those boundaries, people are not used to us having those boundaries around us. So it's common nature to just kind of like want to go against those, but we do have to be disciplined, and we do have to stick to what we say, and it's just like, if you are going to do this, then you can't be saying you can't hang out, but still hanging out with them every day. So it just needs to be clear on both ends, like Laquan said too. So it needs to be a mixture of both what Aaron said and what Laquan said. So it seems like you're great with your words, because the email that you wrote to us was well worded, and it was eloquent. So I think it's something that you have the capabilities to do, and I'm sure it will work out for you. So good luck. Yeah, Stevie, did you want to add something?
No, very, very brief. I just wanted to say he should be ready for whatever, because you never know what that friend is going through as well. He could probably say that to him and trigger him and be like, so now you know how certain people like change their attitudes just at the drop of a dime. It takes nothing for somebody to say something to someone, and then they trigger it, and then something goes wrong. So I would tell him to be prepared for anything, but also be very, very delicate and be, very expressive to like how they feel about their boundaries as well. Like, just be like, hey, this is how I'm feeling. This is what I want to do. And I hope you can respect that, but also anything can happen with his response.
And I say take it slow just because you don't know what that other person is going through. There are oftentimes we seek each other's presence for a certain reason, and it seems like, you know, y'all have a really great friendship. So I don't know, just like I said, seems like the person cares about you and you care about him. So just take your time with the conversation. So, but you have to write into us and give us an update.
Also,
Please,
if he really,
please.
also we put a lot of it on you, but if he cares about you as much as it sounds like he does, he should
come on.
understand those boundaries. At some point, if you explain it to him 3 times and he still don't get it, it's like, girl, he's not trying to give you your space. So, you know,
Yeah.
after you hear this episode and you do it again with whatever advice you take from what we said, he got to get it. And if he don't, then it's like, you know, you got to respect my time and energy, no shit. Yeah.
Period.
Period. OMG. Y'all, that's it. That's all I have to say on that. Any last thoughts for our listener? Yeah,
Nope.
Good luck, baby. And please, please, please email us with the updates.
Yes, please do.
Stevie, you can take it away, bitch.
Okay. It's Jam of the Week time. I don't know where to start. I always mix it up, shake it up. Malik, I want to start with you. What's your Jam of the Week? Come on out, bitch.
Baby. Oh, baby. Oh, baby, baby. I've been in my Ariana bag again. It's gonna be. I'm sorry.
Mama's is in love.
Baby I.
I'm sorry.
Bitch,
It's
I thought it was
Baby
gonna be
I.
Ashanti.
Oh my! Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Girl.
I thought it was.
Oh baby.
Oh, baby,
Yeah.
talk to me. I thought that's
That is very true, but no.
You thought it was giving
Ariana.
Ashanti?
Girl, I'm kidding.
I did.
No,
I was like, is he singing Ashanti or Ariana Grande? I couldn't tell.
Girl,
But yes.
I never even noticed that song does sound like Ashanti's song too. But no, it's Ariana, Baby I. Yes.
Right. Okay. Aaron, what's your Jam of the Week?
My Jam of the Week is Don Dada by Kicks the Killer. A queer Black artist. I just live. I got into the whole. Their mixtape came out. No, it was the EP. Came out like a few months ago. I want to say like late winter. I actually met him or them. I think I'm gonna just say them for the sake of pronouns. I met them a few months ago at somebody's birthday party, and we were kikiing the whole night. Oh, yeah. And then I was like, oh, let me get into the music, and they've been out for years, and it's given like a bad sound. I've been getting into the Zara and just their previous work from before I met them. So yeah, it's a bop, a certified bop actually.
Love that. I love that.
it.
Come on, queer Black artists. You know I live.
Certified bop.
Okay, Laquan, what's your Jam of the Week, boo?
My Jam of the Week is Ann Peebles' "I Can't Stand the Rain."
Ooh.
Yeah.
I love it.
Bringing back sweet memories.
Ooh, I know that's right. Come on, sweet memories. Oh gosh.
Get off my window.
Okay. Come on, get off my window, bitch. I'm screaming.
Stevie, what's your Jam of the Week?
My Jam of the Week, Aaron, I'm gonna take a little piece out of your book, especially with queer indie artists. I think that I need to start doing that, and I can't believe I haven't thought of it before, to start highlighting these indie artists that I'm working with. What's wrong with me? So I'm going to use my Jam of the Week, and I'm going to give it to Sad Boy. This is my friend Antoine. He's one of the artists that I had an opportunity to interview, and that's also my friend. He's amazing. He has a new single called Feels out right now. He has an album that I can just drop a little hit. Someone Very Special is on the album.
Oh, wow.
Hold that. And they've written on the album. Someone very special. You might know this person. You know, you might know them.
Interesting.
So yeah. Lend a vocal or two, you know? Yeah. Yeah. Add it to the resume. Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
my Jam of the Week is Sad Boy Feels.
I love it. I have to check it out. Yes. You know, that's my baby. I love him.
Yes.
Well, I guess that is it for this week. It has been a beautiful episode. Few little tidbits. We have advice every fucking week. the Ask Him segment, bitch. We need y'all to write in. Y'all see the girls are writing in now because the email is right, and you know the girls are receiving their emails. So the email address
email is right, and the girls are receiving their email.
We're finally getting the email. Oh my god!
Thank you. And so our email address is thehimpodcast@gmail.com. We also love if you DM us on Twitter and Instagram. You can do it that way. We love to answer your questions.
Yes.
Or if you love for us to focus on a topic, send them in too, bitch. So yeah. Any last thoughts for this week, guys?
No, I just hope that everyone who's listening to us are taking all these gems with them. Because I mean, we do drop a lot of positive gems on here, and no, we can't be all the time. But there is some seriousness to the things that we talk about. So I hope you guys get a laughter. You pick up a gem. You tell a friend to listen to the podcast. Keep answering those questions from the question thread, because bitch, I'll be living for the answers. Y'all be tuning in the answers, and So keep the love going.
Last two things. I just want to shout out our listeners in South Africa. I don't know what's been going on in South Africa, but our listeners and just the people that listen to him podcast in South Africa have grown. Shouts out. We love y'all in South Africa, bitch. Shout the fuck out.
Come on now.
I just can I say for a moment that, you know, I mean, I don't know, you know, we talk about our goals or anything, but I mean, I personally don't want to be a celebrity. And it just boggles my mind that people in South Africa have heard my voice and hear my voice on like a weekly basis, you know? And I just never thought that I would be able to expand past like my roots in Virginia. And like, here I am being connected to people who live in Africa and are from Africa.
You're doing it, bitch. You're doing it.
It's just literally such a beautiful thing, you know?
So like, again, look at what you built.
Look at what we are building. I'm just like, oh my God, you know? And so also check out our YouTube page. Like, we are doing all of these visual aspects for y'all. We'd love for y'all to blow up our YouTube page. Make sure to like and subscribe. So that's all I have to say for today.
Yes, same.
Anything else?
I'm gonna just reiterate, give yourself grace. Take that vacation, book that flight, call out of work, use that sick time, use that PTO.
Quit your job without a 2 weeks notice.
If it's okay, bitch. If it's in your bones, bitch, do not just no call, no show, never go back.
Okay, no shade. No
2020
shade.
wore the girls out. Give yourself, you know, it's our time now.
Reclaiming
my time.
Hashtag fuck that job.
We always, right? Malik always said, listen to the end, because girl, we be carrying that thing.
Please listen to the end.
I ain't tell y'all for the past few weeks to wear your SPF, but do not go out in that 60-degree weather and not put on your SPF, bitch, and be gagging when y'all get wrinkles. I'm just reiterate that, because
our resident skin guru has spoken.
I'm actually breaking out, so I need to go handle that.
Well, hit up
yes,
Google,
honey.
bitch. She's there for you.
Girl, I need to go do a
Not
mask
Miss
right
Olive
now.
Oil. Not Miss Olive Oil.
Right over here. Right in the facial area.
Oh no.
No, it's coconut oil now. I don't use olive oil anymore. It's coconut oil now.
I knew
that's transition for the summer.
But yeah.
Okay.
I fucking love y'all. I love our listeners, and we will see y'all next motherfucking Friday.
Oh yes.
All right.
Bye, y'all.
Todd, can you play that again?